Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again. We need a saw. We need a saw and storage. So, first thing to do is to move that one. Put that one over base. That one down to extraction. Mate. Hi, Monkey. How are you? Okay, no problem, Merv. Thanks for letting me know. Hope you feel better soon. Running trader because we need another saw because ours died. And I need to buy some storage. It'll only be shit storage. It'll be like a sea chest. But we should get a sea chest into the Bergen once I throw some rubbish away and sort my life out a little bit. A nice little base you got there. Best building in DayZ to build a base in. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's the most OP location with a full-size flag. Unbelievably good location. They put the server at Merv to 90 slots. Yeah, I know you're thirsty, Goblin. I know you're thirsty. Yeah, we can do it without drinking. Save our water for emergencies. This ain't no emergency. And I know you're hungry, but we can buy food when we get to Trader Goblin. You're just being weak. Weak, Goblin, weak. Hope everyone's alright out there on a Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning UK, or whatever else time it is in the world where you are. So we're going to push extraction point, double red, in an emergency. Double red kind of is an emergency. Ah, it's not an emergency yet. Extraction point will get us to a trader. We can buy food and water. It's not on this sort of server. It's not an emergency. I've got a water bottle with me, but the water's not very good because on this server you have to get rep up to be able to buy good water bottles and fill them. So the water bottle I'm carrying is pretty shite, but only 900 meters gets me to trader. I've got money in trader. We can sort our lives out a little bit and get home then. And I got nails in my storage and trader, so. We're just going to push trader, and then life's good. We'll be on here on and off all day today, guys. Server wiped last night, so I'm in the process of building the base. Smurf's in the team, and Chuckles, and Cookie when Cookie can make it. Merv in the moment in chat, obviously not ill enough, he's too ill to play at the moment, but there should be a link on the screen for him now. If you don't follow currently, please give a sub. Doesn't cost anything. Also makes amazing content in DayZ and other games. And then when Chuckles is with us, there's Chuckles' link. Chuckles also makes some content in DayZ as well. So the trouble with an extraction trader is you might get ambushed on the way in. So you just don't know. Could happen. And we've only got a 9mm MP5, which is shit. I'll start a weapon that we needed to get doors up. Just to protect ourselves when we're first building that base. I'm on fully auto though, so if all else fails when I'm running in here and we meet a player. Come on, 2, 1, extract me. Come on, extract me. Thank you. There we go. Right, first thing we need is water. Now we can't fill a water bottle in here due to the nature of how this works until we get more rep. So let's drink normally. That gets my water up. Just enough to get by, that'll do. Now, where is food trader in here? First aid. Bar. Yeah, we need to find ATM. I'm not used to the trader layout because they've changed it since the last wipe. When we leave trader, does each extension point have a certain place on the map? Is it based on which point? Yes, it's based on which point you enter. So if you come to trader from a different place, so you're extracting near to where you entered. So let's withdraw all. Personal locker. Need those two. Certain. Now we need to find the food person. Purchasable. Buy a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, just make life easy. And a tin of food or anything to eat. A tin's better, but you pay more for that privilege. We'll buy one of those. Get that down our necks to start with. Some Dr. Peppers. Yeah, no, that's right, Murph. So when we exit here, we'll be near to where we entered here. So we won't have so far to run. And let's eat some salmon. Now we need to find base builder. I love the new layout of the trader. I'm just not used to it yet. The last one was easier to navigate. There we go. And we search for saw. Buy 2 of those. While we're here, we'll turn that one into wood. Put that aside. That dealt with. Right, put that down there. Do some loot shit. Let's put that there. That there. Move that up. And move that one up. That one up. That one up. Bring that across. That across. That up. Get that up if we can. No. Right, let's see if we can sell that mag. Because that would then allow us to get the book in there. So, arms and ammunition is inside the ones with cages. That's sellable. Get rid of that. Get rid of the Colt one. For me. So bring that across, and that across, that across. Take the base building plus book up. Get in there. Now we need to get rid of some tool. That should do actually. Get rid of that pistol, the silly pistol. Sellable. Sell that. Keep the MP5. Sell that. Good enough for me. Right, that's that done. MP5's there, that's that done. Bring that across. That across. Bin that off. Take that across. That there. Need be we can throw the wood. Right, we're going to see whether we can buy some storage and get it home. So we want purchasable. And we want base. No. Furniture. There we go. So my reps come up a little bit. I can buy different barrels now. So I'm going to buy this and see whether it fits in. If it doesn't, that's life. I'll sell it back. It doesn't fit in. That's annoying. I'll see if I can buy a bigger rucksack, because that would solve the issue. Purchasable. 7 times 7, 7 times 6, 8 times 7's not going to fit. 6 times 7, so no, I can't. So we're going to have to turn a loss on this at the moment. That's life. I'm not going to try and walk it home. It's a PvP server. That would be silly. Sellable. Base. Sell. Yeah. Nothing else we can get that's useful, really. That we need. I suppose we could just buy a protective case. It will get the flag on it and we can keep a couple of items in base, but really not worth it. buy a sharpening stone. Because we're going to get through a lot at the moment while we're building the base, even though we don't yet have the stuff we need. Right, let's deposit the rest of our money. And then we're going to extract, go home, and finish building a little bit. Extraction in 4, 3, 2, 1. Extract. Base is over there. I can extract it in a fucking field next to it. Joy. Come on, game. Ooh. Pretty massive. And that's why I play this server. Push home. We'll probably build a cheap storage box. Just so we can leave our tools at home. And then we'll go out looking for code locks. Nails. Get to sell. We'll be streaming this every morning this week, because I'm on leave. And some evenings as well. That's the aim anyway. Maybe not Friday. Car goes in for its yearly It's Bound to Fail test. But certainly most of this week. Last night I was going to stream it when it first wiped, but unfortunately it took them 2.5 hours to get the server online after a few issues. So I binned the stream off. We will be joined later by Chuckles, should be, once he gets awake and sorts his life out. And hopefully at some point Merv as well. Axe with more ammo. There we go. 30 round is better than a fucking 9. Server went full pop last night as soon as it went live, basically. Last night there was 80, well there's 90 on and 30 in the queue at one point. It's the EU based server. Players from all over the world. It's a quad server. Full PvP, raiding 365 24/7. And AI, no zombies. So zombies have been taken out and AI have been put in certain areas, as you saw. So nice running up to this door without AI to fucking bother you. Sorry, zombies to bother you, because normally it's a zombie spawning ground. Right, first thing we're going to need is storage. Desperately needed. Not perfect. But until we get something better, that will do. Build another one. Okay, so anything else I'm dropping off? A little bit of food, so when the team get on, there's food available. Keep first aid on us, spare base building plus book. Keep that there. Boot repair kit. That there. Battery. Unless we've got one in the platform we have. Matches. Right then, let's more food. Spare bandage. Nails. Spare battery. Repair kit. Right, now let's work out what we've got to sell. Tin opener's not needed on this server. A sharpening stone. Okay, so bandage, water bottle, IFAK, spare mag, load that. Load that. Reload that. Go get some loot. Oh, that's for sale. There's that. You bastard. Uh, 72 slaughter, 64. Bin that off. Take that. Going home in a second. Most of that shit's for sale. Probably worth having to throw that sort of stuff on the ground. I'll never get it back. I need to eat. Let me eat that. No, that's a sale item then. So a can of drink. Okay, back to trader we go. Get rid of the rubbish and buy some food for base. I think makes sense. Violent run. So we've currently got one code lock up, guys. We need to get more code locks. For obvious reasons. But the other two doors are built. Just need to build a wall to make sure the second door can't be raided through. So that's not difficult. Just go straight up. We'll sell the second 9mm weapon we've got. Don't need two 9mm. The money's more used to us at the moment. 2,000 rep, good. Soon be 15 grand, and then we'll be able to buy proper storage. Get another 2 sheets of metal, then we'll metallize the first door. I'm wary of them. We need to get food in camp, so when guys come on, they've got access to food. But food's expensive. But we get through a lot of calories on this server, as you can see. Currently there are 43 players on, so 42 players that want to kill me. The server has a maximum pop of 90. The normal extraction points are the most dangerous points on the map. When we're most likely to get bumped, or any of the keycard rooms. But we're not living in a high tier area. We're reasonably easy to get to from spawn. See on the old. So someone's made 12 kills since last night. So at any point you can double tap O and see a leaderboard of the top players on the server for kills, human kills. I think the most kills I've ever had in a wipe is 12. But play to your strength. You know, I'm not a natural PvPer. I'm a base builder, raider, looter. So covert base, tick. First door up, tick. Code locked, tick. Got the code lock thanks to Merv, which was awesome last night. You found that. But once I kill a few more AI, I'll get a box of nails and a code lock. It'll be banged straight on a door, ready to go. So that'll be our airlock. Once we can metallize the first door, that'll make it safer. As soon as I can get away from 5.56, so 9mm, and get to 5.45 or 5.56, life will become safer. Come on, extract me, extract me, extract me. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Alright, let's get some shit sold. Guns, guns, guns up there. Barter items gone. Where's gun seller? Gun. Food and drink. Okay, so what do we need now? We need to get rid of the shit. We can't sell that. I don't have high enough rep to sell that yet. So let's put that away for the future. Personal locker, put that in there because we'll be able to sell that in the future. Don't need that at the moment. Even though we might. Don't need to sell that. Don't need that anymore. That's that sorted. So my slots there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. I hover over, doesn't tell me. Yeah, It needs to go up a level before we can use that for something useful. Any more quests? No. So that's what we've got to do is kill 10 AI. Of which we've killed 2 so far. Kill 5 bots in mill zones, which we killed 2 so far. Open and loot 10 containers, of which we've done 1 so far. Visit Starry, kill 2 players, etc, etc. So we need food. $14,000. Let's buy some food for the base. So off sellable, on purchasable. Don't need drinks. We do need food. Bank the rest of the money. Save it for a rainy day. Eat a tin of food and then we'll extract. Find an extraction point. This one will do. Push for home. So we're just going to push for home, drop the food off, and then get back out and look for a code lock. And some AI to kill. Because we need, once we kill 10 of them, or open 10 boxes, then we get a code lock and a box of nails anyway. And that'll put our rep up by $3,000. Ish. Which we could do with a spare code lock. I need the airlock. We need metal. We want to metalize the door. Just make our lives a little bit safer. I also need to fill my vape, but this is not the safe place to do it. But you know what it's like. When you can't fill it, you want it more. Addiction for you. Hope everyone's alright out there on a Sunday morning UK time, or whatever time it is where you are in the world. Saturday evening or Sunday evening, depending on which end of the world you're in. US will be Saturday night or early hours Sunday morning. Australia will be Sunday evening. I'm guessing. I think we should all work on Goblin time. Make my life a lot easier. So there's no zombies on this server, so as I'm moving I'm scanning for players and animals. I've only got a 9mm MP5 from real world, brilliant weapon, DayZ, shite. It is a rep based server, so you need to up the rep to buy and sell better gear, and you need to push higher tier mill to get better gear. But that goes with the territory. Pushing for home. Said I am on leave this week, so expect a lot more streams from me at this time of the day. I naturally get up for work at 5 AM, normally most mornings. So just because I'm on leave, I won't stop getting up at 5 AM. Just the difference is, rather than rush around getting ready for work, I'll stream. I'm at 6:30 in the morning UK. Been on for 50 minutes so far. Doing okay. A couple of runs to trader. That initial start off, other teams will push for high tier weapons and then build their base. I like to have my security in place before I start thinking about upping my gear. Just how we work as a team. Unbelievably good FPS on this server. Once you take zombies out of DayZ, everything improves. Feels very armor. It's been described to me this server before. People have said it feels like armor, just for the nature of like early armor with bots, players. Not so much the loot, but when you take the Zeds out, how it feels. Different experience though. It's really good. It's a really good server to play if you're into something different. If you come to Extraction, whatever it's bloody called, Eternal, that'll be the realm. You might just stay. They wiped yesterday. Not my server, though I am a VIP on here, so I have unlimited prior access, which I have to pay for. But I'm a massive, massive fan of this server. This is my second proper wipe, but my third wipe if you include when I was on in the early days before it started to get busy. I use a modified base building plus, so you don't need a workbench, you just use the book. 15 doors maximum, or 15 code locks maximum. Storage can't be locked. Raiding 24/7 365. Soft side raiding. You can't tear down someone's walls, but if you get in, get in. No glitch raiding, obviously. No toe peaks or hill peaks. No just won't allow that sort of shit in the rules, which is nice. So proper bases, no floating structures, no crawls, no forced animations allowed. Right, fill vape. That's my next most important job. And we're vaping strawberry of Tumsype with nicotine, which is where the addiction comes from. That one finished. Grab a spare vape juice because it's going to be one of those days. That I will be streaming on and off all day, most of the evening on here, as we build up the team. By the time we finish this base, all code locks will be inside. Right then, drop some food off for the team. That done. I'm crouched down because I can be shot through that window. So we can get a bit more security in here. Goes with the territory. Let's sort that out. Let's start thinking about this place. So I'm going to need an axe with me. We'll take that one out until it's fucked. Go get some nails. I don't know if we can build... Maybe 4 will do what we need to do. If it will, we'll do it. If it won't, we'll come back up and deal with that. Let's have a look. Build metal door. Get those nails off. Give that a quick repair. Oh, we've only got 28 left. Okay, it's not worth building anymore. Next thing I'll want to block off is a wall up here, a wall over here. No, a floor there that comes up to here, because this is going to be an additional platform, and then a wall put in. There's method in my madness. I know what I'm doing. So, loot time. Yeah, I've only metallized the frame. I need to metallize the door as well. Shit. My mistake. That's life. Go get some loot. And also see if we've got anybody living locally. Storage for base. Amazing storage, but still storage. The other body, there it was. Go home. Drop off shit and go and hand that mission in. So, because we're early days, when we get a chance to hand in a mission, we need to hand it in. And we're going to need some more 9mm ammo. That's to be dropped off. Got a flag on it, so we can store shit in it. A shame. Right then. Food. Drink. Food. Keep that on me. Emergency food for me. Right, for sale. Sale, for sale, for sale, sale, for sale, for sale. We're keeping a box of matches. We'll switch out that one. Get rid of that shit. For sale. A bit of 9mm ammo there. Okay, we'll eat the tin of stewing beef. That's that dealt with. Right, and what are we handing in? We get one of those randomly, either body armor, tier 3, or a tier 3 vest. We'd like body armor. And we get 1,500 rep, which is awesome, but we'd like tier 3 body armor. That would make our lives a lot easier. A lot safer. So have we got anything to sell, trader? That shit there, plus a radio. Right, let's get that mag as loaded as much as we can, because we don't have a lot of ammo. Unload that pistol. That's got 9mm in it, I think. Yep. Right, and back to trader we go to hand in the mission. Get some body armor, hopefully. And buy some ammo. Later on, when you complete missions, you have to hand them in at black market, which makes things a little bit more spicy. Currently, there are, 42 people on the server that want to kill me. The server's just under 50% full, which is pretty good for first thing in the morning. The sooner we can get up to 15 grand's worth of rep and about 300,000 in the account, we can start buying proper storage for base. Can't buy code locks and nails, so they're findable or questable. Player to player, maybe, but not on the first day of wipe. No one's going to be selling that shit yet. But getting some tier 3 body armor. So maximum is tier 6 on this server, both helmets and body armor. But tier 3 pretty good. You can also bandage some bandages on the move, or some meds can be used on the move, so it becomes a bit more realistic. Run and bandage at the same time. But it does mean firefights go on. But maybe that's a good thing. Just you have to get used to it. Headshots are what counts. Fully automatic straight to the head. Forget about destroying armor. Go for the headshot. Weapons also don't work as shields, so they've turned off the shielding around weapons. So you can't have a big fuck off weapon in your hands and use that as armor, as people do in DayZ. And certain backpacks that in vanilla are bulletproof aren't on here. So it is a full-on sweaty PvP server, but a really friendly community. Server's called Eternity, if you're interested. 5-man teams. Busy server. No zombies. DayZ Tarkov mixed, basically. As you've seen, it's Charnaris. You do need to eat and drink. You get through a lot of calories. Extraction points to trader. Black markets aren't extraction point. They have their own version of the labs on here. High tier weapons in there. Airdrops. Helis available with enough rep. 15 doors max. 3 tiers. Wood, metal, concrete. The cement mixer is on Northwest Airfield. So, hey. If you want to risk it, you risk it. Extraction points are all dangerous. And the server is bloody brilliant. If you're looking for a different experience, this is one of the goodies. Extraction point, could be dangerous. I've only got a fucking 9mm fucking MP. Used to live in here on Freedom 35. Come on, extract me, extract me. Come on, get me out. Come on. There we go. Let's get this quest handed in. When it catches up. I want that. What did I get? 6 beats 1-3. That'll do. Any new quest to pick up? Nope. We need some 9mm ammo, don't we? Nine mil. 9 times 19. Right, sell this rubbish. Right, where's the rubbish trader? Base building. Player to player. Clothing. Extraction point. Bar. First aid. Food. Well, hunter trader. Weapons and ammo. Castle. Now I need to sell pistols. Rubbish, 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 don't care about. Deposit money. Extract. Fucking open field. I hate open field extractions. I'm just going to push for home. I'll push for the region of home and then start searching. Good money for pelts on here. Not good enough that I'm going to shoot this close to trader. So we're going to play till the next restart, so in an hour's time. We'll then take a break, have some breakfast, sort our lives out, then be back on later. And we're coming into night time as well, so we're going to need to... It's going to get very dark on here. Like, really dark. But nights aren't very long. But it'd be nice if we were home by the time we had night time. It'd make life easier. And this is now our main server. Team is made of myself, Chuckles, Magic Merv, and Dr. Cookie Monster when and if he can make it. So we're just pushing for home. Got nothing to drop off, but I want to get in the region of home before we start searching for shit. Airdrops are a good source of one-tappers. Last wipe, this wipe it might be slightly different. They've rebalanced the loot economy. We need to kill 5 more AI to get a code lock. Which if I do, Merv does, and Chuckles does. Will then be up to 4 code locks if we get them all home, which would be a brilliant first weekend on here. We should be on maximum code locks by mid next week if my planning goes according to plan, and base fully built by this time next week. I'm just waiting for upgrades for metal and concrete. That's the plan. But as we know with DayZ, no plan survives the initial contact. It will all go to shit. Future plans, when the Scum update drops 1.0, we will be playing some Scum. I'm really looking forward to 1.0 when they're introducing bots and modding to Scum. And it's coming for console, for you console players out there. Scum is like if DayZ and Tarkov mixed in the real terms. We want a harder DayZ and a harder Tarkov, you'd get Scum. Very, very difficult game. But you do have a full-on single-player mode, which is quite nice. And when the bots drop in, or the AI bots drop in, it'll be quite interesting to play the single player and see how that pans out. But it will never take away from DayZ. DayZ will always be my main. But having another game that fits into the universe is not necessarily a bad thing. And the occasional stream when I want a relaxing evening in Subsistence. Again, it sort of fits into the DayZ environment, but more of a PvE side of gaming. It's not multiplayer. It can be multiplayer and it can be co-op, but it's a single player game, Subsistence really. As I said, we are coming into nightfall, so we're going to try and get through our door. It's certainly safer to be in the house if it's dark than out on the ground, because people will have MVGs, I'm guessing by now. And then we'll just sit and wait for morning. No point pushing around the Ulu when it's pitch black. If it goes pitch black before we get home, we're not going to even risk opening the door in case there's a player. I'd rather not compromise the base. There we are, we're home. Wait for morning. And go code lock hunting. Base building over there. Better. Repair. Fire lighting. Repair. Base building. Emergency first aid kit. Ammo. Food. So that's pretty good. Add up. Put ammo in that one. That's better. So just going to go quiet, guys. We'll be waiting for morning to come in. There's no point pushing on the ground. We don't have MVGs. It won't work to our advantage at all. And we'll end up getting slotted, which is the last thing we want. But night times are quick. So it's now 10 PM, 32 times night. But we've just got to wait for morning, and then we'll move out and carry on. Need to upgrade this bloody 9mm to at least 5.45. So we might have to push mil. Osprey would probably work. When the sun comes up, we'll push Osprey. We need some better gear. Could do with upgrading the rucksack. Could do with getting something with a bit of punch. Always a chance of some storage in there. Need a helmet. But at the moment we're looking quite the operator. Could do with getting rid of this fucking camelback shite. Why have you strapped that fucking small thing on the back there? That must be so uncomfortable. Can be dragging weight down at the back here. And that needs to be higher on the shoulders. But hey, me being picky. That sun's starting to come up. Maybe not. Midnight. Feels like it is. Maybe there's a moon, full moon. Yeah, it'd be a full moon. It's only midnight. EU-based server, but you get good ping times from the US. Both East and West Coast play the server. So it is fully playable worldwide-ish. Obviously Australia would have a ping issue. They've only currently got one server. They are relatively new to this game, but the servers, since it went live, had 80 on with a 30 queue, then had 90 on with a 30 queue. We're now 12 hours approximately later, 11 hours later, and what we got on at the moment, 48, so it's 50% full, which is pretty good. I can see them flying up the rankings. It's 5-man teams. Very good admin team looking after people, and the owners on the ball. They've just invested in new hardware, just waiting for it to come through to give them more fluid experience. Just going to make a coffee while we're waiting for this to happen, guys. I'm still here, just waiting for the kettle to boil. Yes, I do have a kettle near the computer. Stupid not to. At some point I'll do some photos of my setup. You're on my Discord, you'll be able to see them there. Discord link is on the screen. Probably later. We're just waiting for the sun to come up. The Discord is primary for my own server. It's a survival server. But all the same, it's there. And in the team, there's Merv, and his link should be appearing on the screen for you. Chuckles, Cookie when he can make it. All worth a sub to all three if you can do so. This is not the GoblinZ server. This is where I primarily play rather than primary offer to the community. I realise having my own server is brilliant, but it's difficult to play when you enjoy raiding because obviously you know where all the bases are and things like that. So I very rarely play it. I tend to build myself a basic base, stream that on each wipe to show off the server a little bit, and then walk away, and then just use it as an admin base and let the others play it, and it's me giving something back to the community. Whereas I tend to play servers like this instead, and vanilla at times. There's nothing wrong with running vanilla. But when the sun comes up, we're going to push Osprey and see if we can upgrade our weapon, clothing, that sort of shit. And as I said, we'll be going through till 8 AM UK, so another 40 minutes, and then we'll take a break, have some food, sort our lives out, and then come back on later. But we'll be on here a lot over the next 7 days because I'm currently on leave. But it will be sort of 2-hour chunks or 3-hour chunks, depending on how I feel. Quite tired this morning. I was up late last night. And as people will recognise, playing DayZ when you're tired on a PvP server is dangerous because you'll make stupid mistakes. So I need to wake up a bit or have an extra 40 minutes sleep. I was running on here with Merv last night. I didn't stream it pure and simply based upon the fact that they meant to go live, but it took 2.5 hours to sort out problems on the back end of the server before the server went live. So there was no point having people sat in a queue waiting, or sat in my viewing waiting for me to go live. It didn't seem fair, so I cancelled the stream. I recorded it just for the sake of if there was a problem, but it won't be uploaded as a recording. Next Friday night I will be in an event, a PvP one-on-one battles event, and then that will happen hopefully monthly if I get into each of them, running through the summer. And then after the event we'll switch across and play this server, depending on how long the event works. It's basically it's a one-on-one with winner stays on, one life, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Run by the amazing Ariana, so looking forward to that. Obviously we were on Kings last weekend, which was amazing, even though I didn't make it to the end, but I made it quite close to the end, so I'm happy with that. I do take part in events in DayZ and some of the bigger events out there. I enjoy the event circuit, even though I'm not a natural PvP. Okay, we're up to 50 on the server. Server's over 50% full. If you enjoy the content, please drop me a sub on our road to 1,000. Primarily, as I said, a DayZ streamer. Sometimes a little bit of other things that fit into the universe. So, yeah, maybe some Grey Zone, some Scum, Subsistence, Stalker 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because I love that game. Even though it's very, very complex, and I'm not a natural with a sword, unfortunately. And everything's at 4K. My system has a 4070 Super Ti, or Ti Super, depending on which way round they're calling it today. There you are, the sun is up. It is 4 AM. Time to push Osprey. Need to switch them round. I do not like water bottle has to go there. I'm so autistic when it comes to this shit. We've got a Snickers bar for emergency food on us. Okay, here we go again. Interesting box in there. I think I've opened it, but it might have reset. Reset. Okay, so we're just going to push up, push in, hopefully gear up and not get killed. Pretty much how DayZ works. So again, I'm just scanning the woods as I'm moving. Because I'm close to the objective, I'm no longer on auto run. So we can react quicker if we have to. Though I wouldn't expect to survive because we've only got 9mm. Not perfect. You hear shooting them in front of me. It's open. Eyes on. Custom in here. Mags to the 5.56. Shit. Right, we're going home. Fucking sniper. Don't know where the fuck we're going to put it. Got no storage. But 308 sniper. Fuck yeah. Mask. Baseball cap off. Ballistic mask on. Not good as the helmet. Better than nothing. I auto run off. We don't have any 308 ammo either, otherwise I'd run it as a single load. Or a scope. scopes, you have to get your rep up to buy. So it's quite difficult to get scopes. Come on, you shit. Hi, Willie. Said I don't know where the fuck we're going to store this sniper to. Right, if we move that down to there, we don't need 2 books. Move that down to there. We don't need that in there. Bring them all down. My wife's in hospital and I'm trying to sleep in a chair. I'm sorry, mate. Sorry to hear that. I hope she gets better soon. Right. That will do. Just going to post that to the team. Right then, what the fuck have we managed to pick up here? 223, so 9 times 39. 5.45. Some more 9 milli. 5.56, I'll keep that as a single load. Grenade. MP5 mag. Big boys mag, so we'll keep that. 5.56 will single load. 7.6254. Food. Sellable, sellable. Keepable. Throwawayable. That's sellable, sellable. That's sellable. More bandages. Keepable. Sellable. 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 Mag out. How many rounds is that? That takes 50 round. So if we unload that, load that. Put that in our MP5. That's the only mag we'll need for the MP5. Unload that. Stick that on our backs as our sniper. Okay, sellable, sellable. 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 Keeping that a single load, aren't we, at the moment? Okay, that works. Get the single load loaded. Need a mag for that though, don't we? I'm tempted to go and sell the 5.56. We'll see if we can buy a mag from Trader for it. That would work. See if we've got anyone living local. See more. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it there for the moment. As I said, I'm going to take a break and then I'll be back on later to continue. Remember, if you have a goblin in your sights,